Good morning, everyone. This is Rafka. We are playing some more Final Fantasy Tactics. Today we are heading to Igro's castle to confront our brother. So, before we do that, I just want to briefly address the fact that this was the last round of errands, which means our characters that don't need any more JP have gotten even more JP. We actually maxed out Dancer as well as Samurai and Monk on Sandra and Squire. Jaquette finished off Mystic and is well on her way for Time Mage. Now, Time Mage is going to take a while because apparently they up teleport to 3,000 in this, which is probably fair. Rolf mastered Ninja and Thief and has JP lit to spare. So this is one of those, as much as I feel like there's a lot of things in this game that are very well constructed, one of the things that I feel like is the most detrimental to it is the way that the errand system works. Because where it could be used for you to catch characters like Meliadul, Reese, and Orlando up Cloud, so that you don't have to take them into random battles to grind them, it instead means that the characters you've had forever get even more. And yes, you could recruit new characters, and yes, it could be a way to get them caught up, but let's be fair here. By the time you're at this point in the game, you're either using the characters you've had for the entire game, or you're using the named characters because they have extra dialogue and they're cool. So yeah, we're gonna go into Igro's. I don't actually know if we're gonna be too, like, if this is gonna be a situation where it's a little overboard on certain things, but I don't really care. Like I kind of indicated last time, at this point, I want to just see what we can do, see how bad it is, see how good it is, and I think it's going to go relatively well. The only other thing I'll say is I've been thinking a lot about the play mode. I think it seems like what Tactician does is it adds extra hit points on all the enemies, and it makes them do more damage. It leaves them at the same level. What that means is that the fights have been longer, not more challenging. And the reason I say that is because I feel like a lot of the fights we've been very feast or famine. It's very hard for us to survive hits. And we've ended up just having to hit enemies a few times. Whereas, which I guess does make up for the fact that we are pretty over-leveled still, compared to a lot of the enemies in this, and gives us the opportunity to grind and actually do more. But I do feel like it's kind of feast and famine, where a lot of our characters just get one shot, and I've ended up burning, like having to have 2 dedicated healers for pretty much every fight, just to keep getting people back up, until we turn the tide. I don't feel like that's the best design. I don't feel like it actually makes the game that much more challenging. Like I said, it just means that you have to spend more time getting your characters back up, so you're doing less damage on top of the fact that you have to do more damage. So, just some commentary. Let's go ahead and get into the story. An awesome little section here.
No guards. Zalbog's chocobo. Passing strange.
We have a mechanical gate. Interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense. There is a lot of like kind of steampunky stuff in this, like airships, but they're not really highly present. They're relics for the most part. So I feel like it's a little odd that they would have stuff.
Of course.
All right. Ready and willing.
All right. No turning back.
Let's see how this goes.
Have you taken leave of your senses, Zalbark? This is madness.
After what you've done, you think yourself fit to lead our house?
But that business with the Duke. Larg was long dead ere my dagger found its mark. Think, brother. He was a weak man who relied on others to fight where he could not. More fool he for starting a war he could not stomach. Do you not agree?
Our liege lord's murder bothers me not half so much as our father's. Duke Larg's dying words. I could scarce believe my ears, but there was no mistaking what he said. Why, Dystag? Why?
What are you saying? I know naught of this.
Do not deny it! You poisoned him like some craven! How could you kill your own father?
Count Dystag! Lord Zalbark? What in the world are you doing?
Zalbark is taken with some madness. Seize him! Seize him at once!
Lord brother!
Zalbark!
All the brothers assemble. Okay, so the objective here is just to defeat Dystar. Once again, this is one of those where it can be a lot more or less depending on how aggressive we're able to be.
Dystag murdered our father and enkindled this war. Yet still not satisfied, he used the ensuing chaos to slay the Duke as well. All to feed his own ambition.
I really wish I had given Ramza Ignore height.
He has sullied our name, but
I
scorned
might
upon our
actually
house.
restart for that.
He must be made to pay.
What? Dystag murdered father?
You fools. Why will you not follow where I lead? Why do you turn against me? The powerful must rule the weak. It is our duty. The crown once held such power, but no more. See how fate has brought it low. Full oft has history seen a great house rise to rule in place of an enfeebled crown. That is how the Atkasha dynasty itself came to be. And what house is greater now than ours? It is only right that we should wield our power and seize the reins of Ivalice.
You have forgotten the words of our Lord Father. Those possessed of power must be righteous of heart. Elsewise, they are unfit to wield the sword. Guided by that belief, House Beoulve has upheld the peace, protecting the lives and livelihoods of the common folk. Thus have we endured for generations.
I do like... Zalbark is the first time we've seen a character, I guess, and to an extent Delita, that has this, that isn't as black and white. Dystar is very much ends justify the means. I will do what I need to do because I think that I should be in charge. Ramza is I will do what is best and I will not sacrifice my ethics to do it. Zalbark is and Delita are kind of in between, where they are like willing to do what needs to be done, like when Zalbark allowed Titra to be murdered, but also is not willing to sacrifice everything. He has lines. And in that case with Titra, it was this one sacrifice will save other lives. Whereas in this particular case, it's, you know, you murdered our father. That sacrifice was not something that I'm okay with. And you're crossing a line.
But you, Lord Brother, You strive only to sate your lust for power. You are no Beoulve.
Righteous of heart. I die of shame to hear such words from my own lips. Such lofty ideals cannot rule a people. For you to lecture me thus, you have plainly forgotten your place. Who has earned you the right to wield your sword of justice, to be hailed as a hero? Is it not I? I, who have dirtied my hands to keep yours clean. All that you are, you owe to me. You ought to be on your knees thanking me. Yet here you stand in judgment.
I did say I was gonna do this, so we're gonna just retry, change formation and retry. I said I wanted to do this, and I think it's a good call. And actually, seeing that opening round, I have an additional thing I'm gonna do, which feels a little cheesy, but not that cheesy. And that is, we're gonna do, so Ramza, and switch movement +1 to ignore elevation. He starts out front, so it doesn't actually matter where he is. I think I'm actually gonna put him here. We're gonna put Sid up here. We're gonna put Mustadio, Rafa, Beowulf. I think that's the best position. He's only going to be able to hit 2. He gets to pick which 2, but he's only going to be able to hit 2. No, because Ramza's going to be in front, so that'll still be 3. Because Ramza's here. Can I do that? Can I get away with that? I think I can get away with that. I don't suppose... Let's see, he has a gun, so it doesn't matter as much. But we could go ignore elevation on other characters as well. I don't think I've got it on the other characters, though, so...
Of course.
To battle.
Since he didn't see 4 guys to attack together, he just went straight at Zalbag. We don't have to protect Zalbag, do we? Oh, good. That would be ridiculous. This isn't, like, amazing. I'm just gonna take a quick look here, make sure there's nothing good. I don't think there is outside of this, and I don't think you can... Oh no, you can steal his defender. Which is unique. Like, there's only a couple of defenders available in the game, unless you're grinding for them in the final dungeon. So I think what I'm actually gonna do... Let's actually check what Ultima does. Crap, still. Awesome.
Trusting us.
Now then.
Let's just go Crush Armor. One of the things to keep in mind with that is that armor in this game is... these characters don't have enough to jump all the way up.
Where to, then?
So the only one who's actually going to get up there is Ramza, and he's got Shiradori. So they have very few things that can actually effectively hit him. Interesting. Will not hit target. Sure. Let's do Golem first. These guys are able to take that hit pretty well. Let's go with... Can we hit disable on one of them more easily? No. Interesting. I mean, I guess we just take the risk then.
Shed thee now the hero's mask. Reveal the craven in thy heart.
So Dice Dark's the only one who's going to be able to hit the characters outside of Ramza right now. We can continue taking pot shots from the ground. Bioga.
I must do all I can.
So I'm actually going to move him over here. And this does kind of put him more at risk in certain ways. But the other thing it does is it lures these knights closer together, theoretically. Let's continue with this because there's a chance we can just block or take the silence. What's the range on Bioga? It's targeted there, so we just move Orlando back 1. I'm a little surprised that guy is on the... There's a couple of these guys that just aren't attacking, which feels weird. Oh, that was a reflect hit. Interesting.
No turning back.
Reflect works really weird in this game, which I did not realize until I started this playthrough, because I'd always just kind of avoided it. You can actually, like, it doesn't bounce back at the caster, it actually, like, bounces forward, it, like, skips forward. Let's X Potion here. We're just gonna go ahead and have him move forward. Because apparently we are gonna need that. Or at least some of us are gonna need that. This guy and Dystarg are both going to have a chance to move, and I don't love that. Is Dystarg immune to silence? No. I really don't want him to use that Bioga again. That's obnoxious. He's got the same setup I do, I think, which is Aegis Shield and, Oh, I don't love that. Okay, just Hallowed Bolt.
Skies above, as refulgent blade now strike. I'm sorry.
I do love that they actually got every person who can use each of those abilities to record the lines. And it's the same lines for everybody.
My turn.
I'm gonna do that so that he could actually get... Oh, whoops. No. Crap, it's already locked in. Actually, I just realized that would have been him walking right back into his own spell. We'll go here. Summons do not hit allies, so that'll just hit a bunch of those guys for a lot of damage. And then Ramza casts Ultima.
No turning back. Now then.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure why they're not attacking here.
This is the end.
We're gonna have Orlando move up because, oh, Divine Ruination through the wall. Very cool. That's actually a really cool play.
I've had better days.
So, both of our healers are getting back up on their own, which is kind of nice. Is it a little cheesy? Sure. Is that okay with me? Again, yes, at this point, we're good. Goes before Larg.
Forward.
Actually, we're gonna go right in the middle of them here, and I'm going to bust out his samurai skills for the first time.
Shed your clouds for mortal eyes. Ame no Murakumo. How will you take this?
This is the one that inflicts slow, which means we're even... I was hoping that that guy might not get a chance to move. He did. But that's okay. We still have Golem up. Like, we're doing very well in that regard.
With cerulean fangs and scales arise,
Ooh.
cleanse all with towering tides, Leviathan!
Do I just want to keep doing this, or do I want to punch? I feel like at this point we may just punch. That does very little. Never mind.
With purpose.
I don't want to stab Ramza.
Always more to learn.
So it may look like that does less damage than some of the other things. One of the big things to keep in mind is that armor affects the max HP of a unit. So this guy had like 600 max hit points before, and now he's down to 400. So the bar is about the same place it was because it lowered his max and current at the same time. Which is why we did that for both of those characters. Cannot use immobilize. Can we just shoot him? How much does shooting him do?
Right.
That only recovers 20. I didn't realize that. And nobody except for Rafa and... Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna just use the Ether just because I can. And, it makes sure that she continues getting JP.
Now then. Know your weakness.
Sure they're not. Damn you all.
Bioga again?
My turn.
Yeah, I feel like we try and finish him off before that hits. Which Sid should be able to do, so I'm just gonna try and steal his sword again.
Where to then?
Your time is up.
This isn't the end of the fight, by the way. This is another
Nice
two-phaser.
I struggle to believe this of you, brother. Our father was good to us. Why did you kill him? Tell me.
Ramza, you are a stubborn one to still be alive.
You know, normal things that people say to their
Does
brothers.
it gall you that I live and breathe? Do you despise me so?
Despise? What puerile thinking is this? I base not my decisions on likes and dislikes. That is why you remain a child. A man judges with his head, not his heart. Whether something is useful or no is all that matters. And illegitimate as you are, I had no use for you from the first.
What? Is that the way of it with father, then? You killed him because he had ceased to be useful.
Save your words, Ramza. Our brother hears them not. He has made his excuses, but his are crimes beyond forgiveness. Only punishment remains, and it falls to us to deliver it.
Excuses? I have no need for excuses. You speak of crimes, but I've done naught wrong. Done naught that is aberrant for men. What choices I made were so that we might survive in this savage world. If living were a sin, why did the gods create us? Man is a covetous creature that murders his own kind for the mere pleasure of it. That is simply our nature.
That's screwed up.
We are compelled to take from one another and kill to that end. If such were a sin, 'tis the gods who are at fault.
We at least know this man's true nature, Ramza. To justify his actions, he weaves sophistry and deceives even himself. 'Tis pathetic beyond words. To think, I once held our brother in the highest esteem, but now I see he is lower than the lowest beast. He cannot be suffered to stain the Beoulve name any longer!
He will not, Zalbarg. My own hands I too shall sully.
No. You've ruined everything. My painstakingly wrought plan. All undone. All the sacrifice. And sordidness. Only to die here. What? Who calls to me? Power.
Yeah.
Power to realize my desire.
Yeah. Enter Andromelech.
What? What is this abomination? It cannot be my brother. It cannot!
Capricorn, right?
To be a god. My foolish brothers, heed you well these words. By my hand, Barbaneth, our sire, was slain. Our house was long the kingdom's loyal sword, until this war gave us the chance to rule. Alas, a sword he would have us remain. A tool to be discarded when it breaks.
Yeah, technically
To
true.
suffer such a fate, I would refuse. My mind, a dagger keen left out to rust. So farther of his duty, I relieved. No sword.
Is it just me, or do the demons talk like Yoda?
But you, Zalbarg, have earned no subtle death. The price for bearing steel, you now shall pay. And on the base-born whelp my gaze now falls. Your screams I shall delight in as you die.
Defeat Andromelech. I'm gonna be fair and say I did not look this guy up pretty much at all.
What to do?
I'm assuming that we can't use... Oh, we can actually immobilize now. Can we arm shot? We cannot. Disables prevented. But we can lock him in place at least.
I will not falter. Time to
Let's get a second one. That's gonna let us golem again. And we're just gonna kind of slide her back and out of the way. Beowulf. I'm gonna move him up here. We're going to Iato.
realm divine concealed on high, shed your clouds for mortal eyes. Ame no Murakumo!
I don't know if slow works, but I feel like it's worth trying. And I think at this point what I'm gonna do is this, which is if I can't get the
By heaven's will upon heart etched, let minds impure be cleansed. Divine ruination.
so if I can't immobilize him the normal way, I'm just gonna surround him.
My turn.
And just beat him.
Onwards and upwards.
For the pride of House Beoulve.
Does that say Bahamut?
Nightwind worm, our fury join, your searing starfire unleash. Bahamut! Heinous your deeds.
That's a problem.
What now? I
We're
cannot
okay.
fail.
We're okay. Just keep wailing on him.
Not looking good.
Thank you.
If he is using magic, I think maybe we go this way instead.
I shall spare no effort.
And the other thing I'm curious about is... Okay, we can't apply Atheist on him. No break doesn't work. Silence does.
I'll put you in your place.
So he can use his special ability still, but no...
With purpose. No holding back.
That's really obnoxious.
So you too cried out for power, and in so doing played into their hands.
When faced with like, you too would do the same. To save our house, you now would lay me low, but such a feat begs power beyond your grasp, without which naught of worth can be achieved.
Cardinal Delacroix and Marquis Elmdor uttered like words, and neither were long for this world. The Lucavi are far from invincible. This power you lord far from absolute, yet in your lust you sought it. And now you have slain Zalbarg.
'Twas his and your betrayal forced my hand. Your hound that which brought us to this pass. For power I cried. Lucavi I became, because you wretches chose to interfere.
And unfortunately, this confusion is bad. That's fine. Luckily, I mean, I guess the good news is confusion. Oh. That did not break confusion, which is actually the worst part there. I don't think, because magic doesn't break confusion. Let's see if this works.
Trouble.
It did. Okay, awesome. How much does this do? It must be percentage based because that's so stupid. Does this do the same thing? No, but it'll do enough.
Just so.
I must take care.
Golem goes off before Dramalek goes again. Ramza's gonna continue. I guess we're lucky that a lot of his stuff are buffs.
Here I go.
Does Remedy work here? Yes.
Are you all right?
Insufficient MP.
By the power of the spirits, of thy magic I partake. Siphon! Ha!
I can't die yet.
Um.
Nothing.
He's gonna move over and attack Mustadio. That's fine. We've got Golem up.
That you would lay the blame at our feet is shameless. But it matters little now. You are become chaos made manifest. Left alive, you will visit only destruction upon the land.
In words so bold, this feeble child does speak, for strength to stop me, wanting though he is.
Do not underestimate me. For the honor of Knight Gallant Barbaneth Beoulve and Commander Devout Zalbarg Beoulve, in the name of Her Majesty Queen Ivalice, and for the peace of the kingdom, I will lay you low.
Rebellious, base-born filth. Consign your all, I shall, to nothingness. Your flesh, your soul, your name, naught shall remain.
That one's actually in. Okay, first of all, that line goes hard.
This bodes
But also, that is a really awesome. As much as there's obviously only so much he's gonna do or be able to do here.
Right then. How's this?
One of the things that we know from the intro is that Ramza is forgotten to history. So I don't think it was fully Like, it's definitely not this guy's
By
doing.
heaven's will upon heart etched.
It's definitely not Andromelec's doing that this
I must take
happened.
care.
But I do feel like that's something that, you know, ultimately did happen to Ramza because of what this guy did. Well, not directly.
I must concentrate.
That's a lot of hit points. That's gonna be the confusion effect again.
With purpose.
I do like that the enemies are at least smart enough not to hit you with status effects that you are not vulnerable to. Like in this particular case, we haven't seen the befuddle targeted at our characters that are wearing ribbons. Mustadio is wearing a ribbon so that he can remedy people.
Are you all right? My power grows.
I mean, I feel like we just drain.
By the power of the spirits, of thy vigor I partake. Drain!
It's doing 500 damage a hit. Just think about how long we'd be sitting here if we weren't using that. Because I did 1500 damage with Drain. Everything else was doing 100 a hit. 1 to 200.
Curse upon you, Ramza.
Yeah, I think more what I was saying is that curse ultimately comes true even if it were not at Andromelec's hand. That his name would be erased.
Dice dog. Zalbog. In the end, our enemies got what they sought. House Beoulve has fallen, and with it the northern sky. But if I can expunge the heretic's brand and clear my name, then perhaps... No, 'twould not be right to lead our house now. I will but bear the name Beoulve, whatever may come. No more looking back. I have work to do. I must stop Fulmarv. Alma, please be safe. I will find you. This I swear.
Okay.
Good day to you. You're interested then?
Pretty sure this is literally the last one. There's one that you couldn't do because it was on Ikros where the story was. So we're heading to Malond. This is where, I mean, this is basically Rome. It's where the church is. So we are storming the Vatican. Don't feel like there's much else to say at this point that we haven't touched on already. I was gonna buy movement +2. I hate that. Oh well. I guess we're sticking with it for a little longer. It's fine. I think I'm saving up for one of the 1,000-point ones for her. He's gonna grab Elixir, just in case we actually get the ability to get them. We're saving up for, I think I really want Kiyomori and Murasame, especially with the Reflect Mail on. Let's go ahead and do Crush Weapon. Oh, I had forgotten that I had to save the Queen on him instead of Excalibur. That might have made things go a little faster. Not significantly, but a bit. Yeah. I'm debating on whether I want to keep those mirror mails after that. Seeing how the enemy abused it to actually ricochet it into one of my own characters, that's pretty cool, but also terrifying that the AI is that good. I mean, it makes sense. They're going to make the optimal move, and if they can read into things like not hitting things that you are immune to, it is what it is. Anyway, hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.